Overnight, protests erupted in Brooklyn Center, a suburb of Minneapolis, after a fatal police shooting of a black man during a traffic stop. The Minnesota National Guard deployed.
Daunte Wright! Daunte Wright!
Police deploying tear gas to clear the crowds.
So I don't want to waste too much time with this video. Viewer discretion is advised. I'm going to start right off with the body cam footage. So right after watching this footage, there's two things that I want to point out. The first is, obviously, she should be fired. You can't make mistakes like that, especially when it costs someone their life. That is unforgivable in that job, and she's no longer a cop. Let's just put it that way. And the second one is, this clearly isn't racism. This clearly isn't systematic racism. This has no form of intent of discrimination at all. She was trying to stop him from running away, and she made a mistake. It was a very bad mistake, and like I said, she's losing her job, but it was a mistake nonetheless. But some of y'all on the left and right need to stop this. You guys pick a side before anything comes out. If you're on the left, you say, oh, it's systematic racism and the cop shot him because he was black. And if you're on the right, you say, oh, stop breaking the law, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. People make bad decisions in their life and they don't deserve to die, but not every death is a result of racism. So now that we know those two things, why are we rioting? Why are we looting? Why are we tearing down cities? Why are we ruining people's livelihood? Those aren't going to bring them back. And I understand it's emotional and it sucks. And I didn't like watching this. I hope you guys didn't like watching this. Otherwise, some of you are really messed up. But still, this isn't solving anything. This is just making America a worse place. And it's dividing people further. This was an outright accident and a tragedy. Now for God's sakes, for 5 seconds, let's just take race out of the equation for a second. This was a terrible accident and it shouldn't have happened, and this police officer should and will be fired. So going and rioting and looting and destroying people's businesses and killing people, it's not going to do anything. And I get it, clearly this is an obvious sign that we need better police training, but murdering people in the streets is not the answer, and it's certainly not burning people's businesses down. And when it comes to the media, I would also like to point out that if it was a white guy that accidentally got shot, nobody would care and they wouldn't even tell anybody. Identity politics has ruined the human element of society. Think about it, guys. What's the first thing we think of now when we think of a tragedy? Do we think, oh man, it sucks that someone had to lose their life and it's terrible that this happened? Or do we jump straight to the political aspect? And that's true on both sides. When I see a headline of someone getting shot by the cops, I no longer think of, oh, poor victim, or in some cases, oh, the cop was just defending himself. I now think immediately of rioting and looting and what damage this is going to cause. When I see stories of mass shootings, people don't even take a second to recognize the victims and realize how tragic this event actually was. You don't hear the victims' names. We don't even know who the victims' names are. But you know what we do hear? What race they were. When a mass shooting happens or a tragedy happens, instead of saying, oh, we had 3 Asian people, 2 white dudes, a black guy, why don't we actually say their names and recognize their stories and what they accomplished in their life or what their families were like, instead of saying, oh, it was an Asian woman, so fight for Asian women. What? Assuming that all Asian women suffer together is just as dumb as saying they're all rich and privileged because Asian people are good at math. Anybody anywhere is capable of being a victim of a hate crime, just as anybody anywhere is capable of committing a hate crime. Sorry, liberals, I know it's only white people that can harm other people and everybody else is a victim, but according to what we know right now, this case was an accident and there's not much more that needs to be said, and there's no need to riot and burn down buildings. We should be celebrating the life of Daunte Wright, we should be recognizing him as a father, and we should stop referring him as just another black guy that got shot by a white cop. That's all I have for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more content just like this. I'll see you in the next upload.